Okay, serious question. Is anyone actually excited for SummerSlam? SummerSlam is supposed to be the WrestleMania for the summer. You know, it's always WrestleMania, SummerSlam. Those are the two biggest pay-per-views for WWE. You know, those are, you can't miss those. You can't miss those. And for the past almost 2 months, I have not cared to watch SmackDown or Raw. I think I watched more AAA, you know, straight through than actual, you know, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. You know, and I cannot watch the full show because it's so garbage. I just watch the highlights and C-Jax, the hater, you know, Chrissy Talks Wrestling, and maybe some other YouTubers. But to actually sit there and go through a full show, nah, can't dedicate that much time to that garbage. You know, a lot of, man, we used to look forward to running home. You know, when you saw that intro for WWE coming on, you was like, okay, we strapped in. Nah, WWE has lost its aura. And just by looking at night 1 and night 2, man, we don't care. You know, night 1, we got Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. We just saw this match and Io Sky won. Why? So you just repeating it. Then you got Obafemi versus Brock. Okay, this is the third time they're in a Hell in a Cell, but the Hell in a Cell shouldn't be their match. I mean, you can't make us believe that Oba and Brock actually hate each other so much that they need to go into a Hell in a Cell. If they were smart with this decision, you know, you can't really, you could have gave them an Iron Man match or a best 2 out of 3 falls or something like that. You know, I think an Iron Man match at SummerSlam would have did wonders. You know, you could have had less matches on the card if you wanted to pull that off, but Oba and Brock should have did like an Iron Man match, like, you know, or some kind of lumberjack match, like, and just had them, okay, if they fell out the ring, oh, Oba and Brock just desecrates the, you know, jobbers that's on the outside of the ring. Like, I mean, Hell in a Cell is usually used for the few that they just hate each other. And Brock and Oba, I mean, it was almost friendly competition at this point, because it just sucks that they're actually in a Hell in a Cell. Then you have Punk versus Cody Rhodes. It's like, okay, no one really cares about this match either. Punk versus Cody Rhodes. Like, I mean, do y'all actually care about Punk versus Cody Rhodes? No. I think more people care about this next match. LA Knight, Solo, and Royce Keys versus Jacob, Jimmy, and Jey Uso. Like, just being honest, I think they're going to put on a better match than Cody versus Punk. More people care about Gunther versus Nick Aldis. I'm not lying. More people actually care about that because it's something different. You know, it's something different. You know, I'm looking forward to that match, honestly, more than CM Punk versus Cody. Then I can't believe I'm yawning on this, talking about this garbage, man. The Bella Twins and Paige versus Fatal Influence. No one cares about this match. No one cares about this match at all. Then you have night 2. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. People care somewhat about this match, but the storyline build-up to this match sucked. There was so much more you could have done story-wise to make people care about this match. But nope, they dropped the ball. It sucks. Night 2 still. Penta versus Chad Gable. The whole point of Chad becoming El Grande was to actually face Penta and beat him. And now, you're just reverted back to where we started. It's unfortunate, but hey, I'm pretty sure Chad Gable's gonna leave WWE soon anyway. Then you have a 5-way ladder match. Tiffany Stratton, Jade, Chelsea, Charlotte, Julia, and Lash Legend. People will care about this because honestly, like I said before, Jade has been in the top storylines in WWE, and when she's on TV, people watch. And as much hate as she gets online, I would say, she gets just about as much love as well. So Jade is the top star in this match. It's not Charlotte Flair. It's not Lash Legend. It's not Tiffany Stratton. Julia. People like Julia, but she ain't Jade Cargill. Julia was, like I said, like the top 3 women's wrestler. Oh no, she was named Women Wrestler of like the year in like 2022 or something like that. So WWE ruined Julia's booking. Honestly, I would love for Jade to win this match, but it should go to Julia. This really should go to Julia. Hopefully there's some BS that happens and Julia could get this win and actually feud with Rhea. Because Julia, when she debuted and her and Roxanne went to Raw, Julia wasn't afraid of Rhea. And I was like, okay, we need this. Julia was taking it to Rhea. And they just dropped that ball. I don't know if that was due to, Rhea crying to Triple H like, look, you can't put me against Julia anymore. But Julia, Stephanie, they was beefing, not with per se Rhea, but they were up there literally about to touch that not main roster, but like that main event status, and then Triple H pulled the rug from him. Well, he pulled the rug from Julia, not Stephanie. Then you got Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. Human Money's on a pole match. Okay. People are going to look at this or either go to the bathroom on this. Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor. Why? Sami just had the title, bro. Like, this is a SmackDown match. Then you got Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin. I honestly think Trick Williams and Baron Corbin is going to put on a so-called banger. I honestly think so. I think a lot of people sleeping on that match. Baron Corbin is not your typical new age WWE wrestler, Baron Corbin actually has some ring awareness. You know, he's just like Zack Ryder and them and The Miz. You know, they know how to wrestle with psychology in mind. You know, they watched wrestling tapes. Like they know wrestling. And somebody like Trick Williams could learn from this. So I think they're going to be good. You know, Baron Corbin isn't like what Bayley is to the women's wrestlers. He's not that, but you know, he can definitely show Trick some stuff and go over the match and make it good. So Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin, I'm here for it. So out of all those matches I named, are you excited for SummerSlam? You know, put your thoughts down in the comments. I'm going to try to get this video posted sometime today.